Hi, welcome back, beautiful, beloved souls. I thought we will get in the mood. Remember, everything is frequency and sound, and I believe that we are being dumbed down. Anyway, that's another video for another time. Welcome back, and my name is Jem, Jem. I'm a psychic medium and I am an author, and you'll find my books on Amazon, a variety of different types of subjects, just like content on here varies. Okay, my last name, if you're just interested in those books, is Gemstone. Okay, let's get into it. I was talking about frequency, and this title is Hidden Frequency Manipulation in Mainstream Media. Signal or illusion. There's a quiet hum in modern life, not the poetic kind, not wind through the trees or ocean breath on sand. I mean the electrical hum, the background layer, the one that never switches off. And I have discussed this before, but I like to do a follow-up video. So we have an electric hum. Your TV, your phone, streaming platforms, radio, even silence now has a faint mechanical pulse. And the question we're exploring in the video is this: is that hum just technology doing its job? Or is it shaping us in ways we don't consciously notice? The core idea, frequency as influence. Let's ground this first, because this topic can spiral fast if we don't anchor it. There is real science behind how sound and frequency affect the human body. Your brain operates on electrical rhythms called brain waves. Your heart generates a measurable electromagnetic field. Your nervous system responds to patterns, repetition, and rhythm. There's even a known phenomenon called the frequency following response. Let me repeat that. Frequency following response. That's when your brain begins to sync with external rhythmic stimuli. For example, slow, steady beats equates to relaxation. Fast, erratic noise leads to alertness or anxiety. That's not conspiracy. That's neuroscience. So, the idea that audio environment can influence mood and cognition, that part is very real. Where things get distorted. Now, here's where the narrative takes a leap. The claim is that broadcast media contains hidden, low-frequency layers deliberately designed to suppress consciousness and induce compliance. Totally agree. That sounds dramatic. And honestly, it is dramatic. Because for that to be true, several things would also have to be true. There would need to be a globally coordinated system embedded specific frequencies into all media. Those frequencies would need to have predictable, controllable, psychological effects across millions of different brains. And this would have to happen without detection by thousands of audio engineers, researchers, and independent analysts. That's a very tall tower of assumptions. Okay, what actually happens in broadcast audio? Let's peek behind the curtain, but with a flashlight instead of a Ouija board. Modern media uses compression algorithms, audio codecs, loudness normalization, dynamic range control. Why? Not to control minds, but to make everything sound consistent across devices, prevent volume spikes, and keep dialogue clear. Now, here's the twist. These processes do flatten natural sound. They reduce dynamic range. They compress subtle frequencies. They prioritize clarity over richness. So, instead of a symphony, instead of a symphony. Sometimes I have trouble, guys, with words. When you're a widow who spends 98% of the time at home seeing nobody, your tongue can get lazy and you can mispronounce. So, instead of a symphony, you get something closer to a polished loop. And that can absolutely affect how your brain feels. Not because it's a weapon, but because it's unnatural. The real low vibration problem. If there's something dulling people's mental clarity, it's not hidden frequencies hiding in your Netflix stream like secret code. It's the environment as a whole. Constant notifications, artificial lighting, lack of silence, endless content consumption, sleep disruption. Your brain never fully powers down. It's like trying to meditate in a shopping center that never closes. That brain fog people feel, it often comes from overstimulation, not secret suppression signals. The body connection. Now, let's talk about the heart and electromagnetic fields, because this gets mentioned a lot. Yes, your heart produces electromagnetic field. Yes, stress, and emotional states can influence it. But there's no solid evidence that broadcast audio is interfering with your heart field in a targeted, engineered way. What does affect it? So this is what affects the electromagnetic part of your heart is chronic stress, poor sleep, anxiety cycles, emotional overload. Again, the everyday environment is loud enough to do the job on its own. All right, detecting hidden frequencies. You can analyze audio. There are tools, spectrum analyzers, audio editing software, frequency visualizers, and if you use them, you will see patterns. But here's the important part. Seeing a frequency doesn't mean it's intentional manipulation. Every sound contains layers, bass frequencies, mid-tones, high-end harmonics. Even silence in a digital system has a noise floor. So, detection without context can easily become misinterpretation. So, why does this idea feel true? This is the interesting psychological layer. The idea of hidden manipulation resonates because people feel mentally drained. They sense something is off. They're overwhelmed by modern life. They don't trust large systems. So the mind tries to connect the dots. And instead of I'm overstimulated and exhausted, it becomes something is being done to me. It's not foolish. It's pattern seeking. Humans are wired to find causes. Reclaiming your energetic sovereignty. Now here's the part that actually matters. You don't need to believe in hidden broadcast manipulation to take control of your mental state. You can do it directly. Think of it like tuning an instrument that's been left in a noisy room. Practical ways to reset. Turn everything off for a while. Sit in actual silence. Go outside where sound isn't engineered. Reduce screen exposure before sleep. Listen to natural audio instead of compressed media. That's not mystical, that's neurological hygiene. Creating a frequency sanctuary, not a shield against invisible controllers, but a space where your brain can finally stop juggling signals. Try this. No devices for an hour a day. Low lighting in the evening. Minimal background noise, intentional listening instead of passive consumption. You'll notice something subtle at first, then unmistakable. Your thoughts slow down. Your breathing deepens. Your internal signal becomes clearer. Final thought: the real signal versus the story. Here's the truth without the fog machine. There's no strong evidence that mainstream media is embedding hidden frequencies to control consciousness. But there is overwhelming evidence that our modern environment overloads the brain and fragments attention. So, the effect people are describing, it's real. The explanation, often misplaced. In closing, the danger isn't a secret frequency hiding in your television signal. It's the constant noise you've stopped noticing. And the moment you step out of it, even briefly, you realize something very powerful. Your mind was never being controlled. It was just being crowded. Now, beautiful, beloved souls, even though I have discussed this is different to subliminal messaging. Subliminal messaging is when we are being broadcast things that we can't physically see, but our brain takes notice of. That's totally different to the video or the commentary I've just explained. And if you want me to do a commentary on that, on subliminal messaging, and also don't misunderstand me. I do believe that certain media has an influence on us. For example, like I said, when I started the video, everything is a frequency. Music is a frequency. And they have actually found that in the past, classical music actually was good for us. I'm simplifying it. But things like rap affect us in a negative way. And rap has such a low frequency that listening to rap, for example, you can get very hostile, angry, worked up. And music, there's different, as you know, types of music, and the different frequencies hidden in that music. I always suggest getting yourself, if you can, things like, I'll show you, a singing bowl or even drums. And a singing bowl, I'm not very good at it, sorry. It's not coming across. Maybe the other one will work better. Singing bowls are especially good because, and bells are really good because they emit a high frequency, and frequencies by vibration. No. Oh, you can just hear it. My little singing bowl. And I have bought myself different instruments. I bought myself a drum. I bought myself like rattles, all sorts of things. And you'll find that if you want to change the way you're feeling, and I'm getting off topic of what the video is about, but buying little things like this, and this wasn't that dear, and listen to the beautiful sound. They emit a high frequency. Again, I'm off topic. If you would like me to explore the frequencies of music or the fact that, subliminal messaging, please drop that in the comments. Otherwise, I will just explore different topics as this channel is noted for. When you do leave a comment, I ask that you do so respectfully. If we all had a little bit more respect in this world and cared for our fellow human being, the world would be a better place. And there's another thing. Now, we lack trust. Again, this is a different topic. Because of AI, we no longer trust what we see or what we hear. And it's only going to get worse, my friends. All right, please be kind to each other. It takes nothing to be kind, nothing to smile at a stranger. And take care of yourselves because you matter. Make sure that you say that to yourself. I matter. It's very important. You are worth everything. Again, very grateful for any and every view. Take care. Love, light, and blessings. Bye.